Hey guys. Hey Mark, Poppy, Tom. The notifications of pain. It says, welcome to what live chat. Remember to guard your privacy and abide by our community guidelines. So here's me guarding my privacy. My email address is down the bottom. Um, there's also a hashtag, a couple of hashtags. One's for the tool making competition. There's a new entry this week. We'll get to that in a minute. So much for privacy. And there's a Mr. Pete video just popped up there now. So, we're a quiet night here tonight. There's not many people on. That's all right, though. Made some progress on this dividing head. I guess that's what I've done for most of the weekend. I don't know if I've achieved much, but I have done a couple of things. This is looking pretty good. I've just sat it up there on that old slide because it's the right size keyway and it sits up nice and square. Hey, Rustnox. Made a thread protector and actually made a video about that, which was a pretty good effort, I thought. Fix this drawbar. This is a genuine launch drawbar and a draw tube, and I cut a bit down the middle of it, which is that bit. Was sort of that much longer, which is still too short for my lathe. It's off another headstock of some sort. I'm not sure what it's out of. But anyway, I put that back together and silver soldered it up. So I'm pretty pleased with that. Machine NZ, g'day. Messed about with this a bit. Put them apart. This has got a Lorch collet in it at the moment. It's a pretty good neat fit, which is how it wants to be. Oops. Bump the camera stand. So I put a keyway in here with a mark to line it up. I think you can see that engraved in there, because this key slot has to fit in, and once it's all together you can't tell where it is. So if we put that in, that lines up and fits in there nice. So and the drawbar does the collet up. So that's progress, I guess. And basically the keyway is just to stop everything turning when you're trying to screw it up. Hey Adam. David, g'day. So these fit too. We line the keyway up. You'd think when I put these back on I'd get that seam in the pipe lined up the same as the keyway, and I might just put them on again and try and do that, but hasn't happened yet. To be honest, I haven't tried this in here yet. And it's a fraction tight, if anything. I know the other one with the 3 jaw, which is over there on the mill, that fits beautifully, and that goes up against there and looks good. I might have to polish that down if it's a fraction tight, or I might have to actually, no, it'll fit. It's only 0.01 of a millimetre or something, I think, and it's probably just scale from the hardening process. I don't think I've used this really since I hardened that spindle. So anyway, only real job left to do with this is to put a keyway in here, and that might happen this next week, I hope. And I've got to still adjust the length of this casing so that this isn't too tight and so everything fits nicely. Made a few bits on here. On CNC, good morning. Thanks for checking in. This has been quite an ordeal getting all these bits to work. I'm not sure if I'm really happy with the set screw in the top with an Allen key. I think it works, but a knob would be nice. I've dropped all the bits. Ouch. There we go. So, made this, which is still only just sort of loosely screwed together. We fit it in. That's spring loaded. And you turn it half a turn, it sits out there, and you turn it full turn, it slides back in. It's witchcraft. This unscrews off the lid here, and it's got a spring in it. And a plunger. This has got a slot this way, and it's got a hole through here. Can we see this? There. I hope we can see that. And that's what locks it at the halfway point. This has got, oh gosh, it's hard to see. It's got 2 prongs sticking down. It's made in 2 pieces. It's got 2 prongs sticking down that slide in that slot. And this screws back together with the spring in it. And that all works. Tommy Gunn, is getting very close. There's not much. Hey, Shedbuilt Dave. You're a bit quiet tonight, Poppy. I'm not sure why, but anyway. So that's finished, and I'm really pleased with that, actually. It's really pleased with that. Still going to make I think I'll probably just make a little lock nut, half lock nut to go on the bottom of that thread to stop it unscrewing. We made this piece before. Needed to do this. And I've just made a 3D printed washer here. I'm going to have to make a sheet metal one, I guess, so some people I know won't even talk to me. Hey, Dale. Welcome. So, but that works really well. It's actually excellent. So, I'm kind of thinking it's probably going to stay on there for a bit because it really does work well. It's loose there now. At some point, I probably need to change this from a Phillips head, which is a bit crap, and it's the only screw I had, to a Allen key as well. But this works, and it slides, and it sort of all stays. It's nice and flat there and there, so everything's straight and flat, which took a bit of messing around to get, and it all looks really good. This goes back on here. Hey, Brian. And hey, Craig, thanks for your comments during the week. So this goes back on here, and this slides up and down. I actually got this now so that this slides both ways. What you don't see with a project like this, and what makes it impossible to film any progress on and make a series about, is that hours and hours and hours and hours of fine-tuning and filing and fitting and deburring so that everything works. Getting all this so that it clears here nicely. At this point, we've got that really nice. And that clears the fingers there. And it locks in nice there. So, or it probably would if we had the holes lined up. So there's not much more to do, to be honest. It's looking pretty good. I'm really pleased with this. We've got to put a keyway in here. JP from Oz. JB's from Oz has offered to cut me another set of wheels. He cut these, laser cut them in acrylic, and he's going to cut me another set, which is going to be a bit bigger and a bit more space and some actual numbers on them so we can count them and so forth and so on. And the proper fitting in the middle, because I've changed this a little bit as we went along. Tailstock's next. Yeah, it's kind of fitting, Mark. Fettling, I guess. We got past the fettling stage. It's just basically fitting everything up, and Stefan calls it deburring, but there's more to it than that too. Sector arms. There is no secret, except I've got a 3D printed spring here. This isn't... Oh, that's tight too. That's what I've put in there. That's 3D printed. It's not a bad thing, really, and it works. And I'm probably going to live with it. It's got a little bit of bow in it I printed into it, so it keeps a bit of spring on it. I'm probably going to cut a piece of sheet spring steel and make something decent at some point. But until then, that works. And I'm really quite pleased with it. Something is a little bit tight here. Not excessive, but I think we've got something tight here when I put it back together. So I'm going to mess with that a bit more. Apart from that, everything looks really good. Tailstock. Looking for an angle plate. Something like this one. Probably, we think that's up on a riser block there. A bit higher than that, about 4 inches tall, 100 millimeters tall. And probably 2.5 by 2.5, it's 2.5 inches wide there, 2.5 inches wide here, and about that deep. I might cut a slot in it, and I've got this V-block. It's a Starrett. It's really rough. This was given to me by a gentleman named Tom Lipton. I don't know if you follow his channel, but you probably should go and have a look at Ox Tool Co. if you haven't and you're interested in this sort of work. I'm disappointed if you haven't. But Tom gave me this, and it's got a few things written on it. It's got a gentleman's name, and he'd be disappointed if I got rid of that. Or it says assembly shop number 9. I don't know where assembly shop number 9 is, and it says LS Starrett on that side, and it says RLND 6 and a number on that side. I guess it used to be part of a pair. But what I'm thinking to do is to make a clamp for it and probably screw a key in here. Slice this out if it'll machine okay, and put a key in there and have that slide up and down in a groove there. Probably with a jack under it of some sort. So we can clamp this down on the bed, and we can set that up with a dial indicator, and a center looks something like that, probably not quite that long. And we've got a reasonable center with no footprint, so there's nothing out this side, and only one bolt, and we could put a slot in the bottom for a key for the same T-slot as this. So that's my thoughts. Don't know whether it's going to work. Don't know where I'm going to find an angle plate, or what I'm going to do with that. But that's what I'm thinking of with that. So feedback would be much appreciated. So that's kind of where I'm at. It also needs a box. It's some sort. It's going to need some hold down bolts. And I still need a set of plates. We said that they're going to be a little bit thicker than this 2mm acrylic. There's a bit of give in this, and they will snap pretty easy, I think. So that's where we're at. Probably Tom Lipton had a video on making an angle plate. I'm not quite that ambitious, and I'm going to do this before I die. So I'm probably going to... This is a nice angle plate. It's too nice to chop down. I actually was given that by a good friend, and I've sort of scraped it in so that it could do with another go. So it's somewhere near square. And I haven't as yet drilled any holes in it. Usually I just clamp stuff to it, but it wouldn't hurt to have some holes in it or slots in it at some point. Trouble is, once you put them in there, you can't really go back. And this is the right size for my mill. So something 3 inches wide, you could chop it in half, and one half would be really good, but I don't want to do that yet. Yeah, really interesting on your 6-jaw restore. Go and check out Dale's video on restoring a 6-jaw chuck. Is that an adjust true, Dale? Does it... Can you adjust the back plate so that it's on center? That's what I was thinking. I'm sure someone's pointed that out to you in the comments, and people live their lives to point things like that out. Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, understand, Dale. Understand. What else is happening? I got a comment from a gentleman, Randy Richard. I guess you all know Randy. Just made a excellent series on building a steam engine. Much more application than I put into this as far as videos go. Message from Randy saying that he's going to donate some tools, namely some Randy Richard scribes for the tool making competition, which is really, really a nice thing to say. I'm going to write back to him. I only saw the comment just now, and I'm going to write back to him and say, yes, please, Randy. But he's an amazing guy, and you should go and follow him. Another entry in the tool making competition, one from Chirpy's Tinkering. Chirpy's not in tonight. That's a little bit unusual. Adam, you need to enter this competition. There's some great prizes. Same goes for all of you. You too, Dale. Love to see an entry. Some great prizes you could do with another GoPro. No pressure. Entry from Chirpy. Big thanks, Chirpy. I guess he'll watch this later. But really good video. Go and check it out. Check out the hashtag down the bottom, Tool Making Competition 2019. That's the one to check out. Go and have a look. And most of the videos in the playlist should be there in the videos for the competition. About 4 weeks. You've got... Today's the 15th. You've got 4 weeks and 2 days. Something like that. Oh my gosh. That's just insane. I'm about to have a nervous breakdown. Yeah, I'm probably going to start screaming here. That's insane. 4 weeks. Gosh, I hope I can make this work. Hope I can get to America. I'm pretty excited to go, but yeah, gosh, there's a lot to be done before then. It goes quick. Hey, Max. Interested to see your video, where your entry video. Whatever you're making is pretty cool. I like Chirpy's video too. I was pretty impressed that it worked, actually. It looks like a good tool. So that's kind of where we're at. We've got 4 weeks. That's 4 live streams. My video's all over the place, and I'm sorry. Dilly Dally Dolco, welcome. G'day. No, you're not limited to 1 entry. Some people take more than 1 entry to get it right, and not mentioning any names, but there might be a couple of those. Enter as many times as you like, but it doesn't matter if you make an Allen key or a dead center or something crazy like this, but would love to see what you've got. Make it watchable, make it short, make it fun, and build something cool. And that's what it's all about. Plagiarism there, but I think I'm probably forgiven. I'm sorry. Trademark. What else? I'm working back 4 days a week, which is kind of hardly enough, but it's better than 3 days, and it might get me some spending money to take to America. I'm feeling like I'm completely disorganized. I was talking to Richard, to Stephen Lang earlier in the last week, and he's like, he's having a panic attack about getting there too. There's things that need to be done. There's things I promised people that probably aren't going to get done, but I'm going to have a pretty good go at it. Your filming is great, Max. Go and check out Max Grant, Swan Valley Machine. He's in Western Australia. He does some pretty cool stuff. He makes some really awesome things, and he's well worth a look. There you go. Personal endorsement. Go and check out Poppy too. Love to see what he's making with that little lathe. Show us some projects, Poppy. Oh, well, there's a new camera up for grabs. And some other pretty cool tools as well. So, Brian, yeah, I'll try and get some more footage. I'm going to spend Friday and Saturday at the Bash. I'm talking with my hands like John Mills at the moment. Sorry. You can't see that, but I've got Friday and Saturday at the Bash, which is a first. Usually Friday I'm out on a tour somewhere, and I just want to get some video, meet some cool people, and get to know some friends that I've met already a little bit better. So I will be around, and I'll be sort of go for if anyone wants anything done. I'm really looking forward to that. Yeah, and Australians talk like that too. So that's kind of what's happening. The place is crazy. I've got no progress at all on my paint box. I've got no progress at all on wiring up my milling machine. I've got a little bit of progress, not enough with this. There's a project that I'm making to sell, a pattern for a casting, which I think is pretty cool. Zero progress on that. Zero progress on my power feed for my milling machine. Zero progress on that little steady over there in the corner. About all I've done is messed around and made all these bits fit together, and I'm really pleased with those. Hope everyone else has had a much more practical or more profitable week. Very cool, Poppy. So apart from that, we're half hour down. I'm still thinking about this. I don't know how hard it is or whether it's machinable or what we can do about that. But that might make a good, something like that might make a good tailstock. And a bit more general purpose too, because probably we could have something that we could actually sit a fairly solid lump of stuff into as a jack as well, which might be useful for some things. And using this is probably a bit in keeping with the rest of the project. And use something a little bit repurposed is really a nice thing to do, I think. Hi, Stefan. G'day. Another guy, if you've had a look at his channel, you'll know him, but you probably should go and check out his latest videos. Always good content from Stefan Goshwinder. That's a really good point, Craig. We might have to do that. Seems a pity. I don't know. We'll have a look at that. This spindle lock seems to work really well, actually. Remarkably good. I was surprised about that. I was going to put a copper or a bronze insert into it. I don't think it needs it, and it works really well. So I'm going to leave it as is for the moment. It's not scratching or marking the index. What I'd like to do is put some sort of oil groove in here, an oiler, but I'm not sure if that's going to happen either. We might just pack it with grease. Yeah, that was bait. Yeah, I think so. This needs a slot milled in it. And probably I'm going to cut this and put a key in the end, I'm thinking. Really not sure about that. There's some sort of insert or something in there anyway, a roll pin, or not sure what that is. Someone might know. Can we focus that? Probably not. There we go. There's something inserted in there. I'm not sure what that is. It seems to be in 3 pieces. But might put a key in this to slide up and down a slot is what I thought, and then a bolt in the back to lock it, and a jack underneath. And probably even if we make the key a little bit high, we can put a screw in the end to adjust the center along a little bit to give it a bit of pressure. But I'm not sure about that. So that's the thoughts. Need to find an angle plate and get something going with that. Hey, Scott Tyndall. Go and check out Scott and Tara too. There's a few new faces here that I'm going to go and check your channel pages, so I hope you've got videos up. Anyway, I reckon we're about going to call that a night. Thanks for tuning in. 4 weeks and 2 days you've got to enter the competition. That's a crazy amount of time, and you'll get something done by then. And I know a lot of people are working on awesome stuff. Chris Anderson was working on stuff. There's a few of you I know that have got videos coming. Get them in. There'll be more updates as we go. I'll have an update video this week. I'd like another video to put with Chirpies that we can have a look at. But check out the hashtag. Also the Summer Bash hashtag when hell freezes over. Check out Dale's channel and Scott's channel and Stefan's channel, Adam Carmichael's channel, Tommy Gun Machining's channel, Max Grant's channel. All you guys, you're all awesome creators. Machine NZ's channel, Poppy's channel, you're all there. I reckon I missed a few. But anyway, intend to make some videos this year at the Bash. I haven't done it yet. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Take a minute to do that now.